Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Humble Nation. I'm Nathaniel, and this is what you need to know today. So we're going to be talking about lots of little goodies today. I was working on a video last night and pretty much have to scratch that, start over, because we got some new announcements today that you guys all need to know about. So before I go any further though, I have to tell you I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a stockbroker. If you need anybody that does that professionally, please go see somebody who does that. Everything I talk about on this channel are my own thoughts and opinions, and you should always do your own research. Of course, I recommend that. This way you know what you're investing in. I am, however, big on Humble, and I am an electrician. That's what I do for a living. Hopefully I can help you make a little bit of money as I make some money too. So what do we got going on with Humble? Well, Brian Foote just a few hours ago announced that they have a deal with iHeart Radio, which, by the way, is the third largest audio advertising agency in the United States. And I, just as a side point, have actually advertised myself on iHeartRadio for my business. But anyways, so this is a really exciting thing, and definitely they have big things in store. And why do we say that? Well, they're going to be having a podcast in their own office, in their new office that they are just finished renovating. And we'll probably be getting some more pictures and stuff like that of their new office once it's all done. Anyways, so what are some potential topics that Humble could be talking about on their podcast? Well, likely they could be talking about or talking with celebrities or even sports people that are in the sports arena. Maybe NFT releases. Definitely, I'm sure they're going to be talking about some educational segments on their blockchain technology and how it's going to change the world as we know it, and how that's all going to integrate with cryptocurrency, and how we're going to be able to, move money from one place to another. This is very exciting stuff. Not to mention, we've got the Tickery deal, and they could be, advertising maybe some of the events that are going to be coming up on their podcast. That you can buy tickets through Humble's app. Lots of exciting stuff coming. Now, just so you know, I'm going to be talking about something at the very end of my video, so make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. I've got something I think is going to be a nugget. You're going to want to know about this one. And it ties in with this podcast. And this was part of the video I told you I was doing last night, but I had to scrap it and then redo it. So everything was kind of coming together really even better than I thought. So anyways, let's talk a little bit more about understanding the history of Humble, because I think it's really important, and you understand where they were and where they've come and where they are now. It really helps to paint a bigger picture of the overall company. So in a nutshell, before they were Humble, they were Block 30 Labs. They were ready to launch. They were in the 2019 Summit, World Summit for Blockchain Technology, along with Digibyte. They had some relations there, obviously, with Digibyte as well. If you were to go back and follow some of the videos, you'll see there's a lot of things that are similar or almost mirrored, to say the least, with Humble. Now, what happened with Block 30 and why did they become Humble? Well, first of all, Block 30 Labs is not really, if you're looking to build a brand, that name, it worked for what they were trying to accomplish at that time, but it's just not a brand name. Humble is that brand name. It's going to get it done. It's short, it's sweet, it's easy to remember. It has a nice appeal to it, which is really nice. Also, I think, and this is just a little speculative here, but I think Brian Foote realized in his team that they were going to need some more funding to get this off the ground, because, blockchain technology is an expensive to take off. And also they had those patents, which again I'm going to talk about later on, and we'll come back to that. But they are waiting for approval on 2 patents on their technology. Are they holding off to release some really good stuff with Humble Nation and Humble folks, investors, and everybody else that wants to use their technology in the app. Well, that's a very good possibility. I mean, you don't want to, let things out before they happen, right? You want to have everything, your ducks in a row. And Brian is very, you can tell he's very methodical about how he wants to approach his business and how they're going to execute it. So anyways, going back to Block 30 Labs. So Block 30 Labs basically did is they established a new company, HUMBL, okay, which is the company you guys are all invested in right now, or looking to invest in. And HUMBL did is they took over a existing company, also known as TSNP, which is a flooring company, and everyone is all confused. Well, what's a flooring company have to do with blockchain technology? It doesn't make sense, blah, 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 blah. We all heard that story. But anyways, that was just a shell. It was a company that had clean books. It was what they needed to get on the stock exchange. So, it's OTC right now, but Brian's intention has always been to uplist this company to NASDAQ, and we are going to go to NASDAQ at some point, whether it's this year or early next year. I know it's going to happen. So, basically, Block 30, they migrated Block 30 Labs, technology that they already have, into HUMBL. HUMBL used an existing company, TSNP, as a mothership to get things rolling, and then from there they changed over the symbols on the stock exchange to be HUMBL. That's all done. That's water under the bridge. But anyways, just to give you a little idea, HUMBL's name is new, but the technology is not new. Block 30 Labs, the technology was based there, and they have been working on that technology for years. Prior to 2019, they were already working on this technology, and these patents that Brian's planning on getting is gonna be the game changer, folks. It's what's gonna allow us to be global in a much bigger and better way. We got the vision of the technology with the tokenization. We got the P2P that we're waiting to get. Again, I think the timing on all this is very strategic. I don't think it's so much that they don't have it, but I think it's all very strategic. They don't want to let the cat out of the bag, you might, or out of the hat until they're ready to do that. You got the title insurance that's coming as well. And then, of course, you've got this amazing team over at HUMBL, and they've just hired more people. They got people from Microsoft, Apple, Facebook. I don't even remember all of them, actually. There were several big names in there. But in any case, they've got some very talented people that are used to getting the job done. They're going to execute on their plan. They have the right people with the right product. They have a technology that solves a problem, which is a key to anything. If you have a problem and you have something that can solve it, now you have a solution. So people are going to migrate to that much faster than if it's just something else that somebody else already has and you're just duplicating over and over again of what's already existing. Well, this is not the same. This is a much better improvement and on a much bigger scale. So once they start going, there's not going to be any looking back. I'm just telling you right now. They're very guarded about their technology, and that's good. I mean, you just want to throw it out there for everybody to know about it, right? So that's also really important too. Now, going back to those patents I was kind of talking about. So there was 2 patents that were issued. One in 2019 on October 30th, and this is the name of the technology as it's put forth to become a patent. Okay, so this is what it covers. It's a comprehensive buying, selling, trading, tracking, verification, validation, tokenization, and financial service using blockchain. So that one was on October 30th, 2019. And then on January 7th, 2020, this one was named Systems and Method for Transferring Currency Using Blockchain. So these are the 2 patents that they're waiting on getting issued. Now, I want you guys to really pay attention to this one, okay? This one's the catcher. So iHeart, they announced that they're going to be starting their podcast August of this year. Now, according to my resources, it takes about 22 months to get an approval for your patent. Well, August is just before the 22nd month approval. So you got August, September, October, right? So 22, that puts us exactly in line with one of their patents that they're expecting to get an approval on. And maybe they'll get the other approval early. Maybe they've already gotten some feedback on that. But I think that's very interesting. I find that it coincides with this iHeart podcast that's scheduled to start August of 2021. And that would be pretty much 22 months from the time of that patent. And we're expecting an approval at the 22-month period. So I just wanted you to catch that one, okay? So now, another thing that I got that was interesting, and I got this one out of a Blockchain 30 Labs Summit 2019. I also thought this was very interesting. Basically, a former CEO on the board for NASDAQ had said that within the next 5 years, all the bonds and stocks and all that could be tokenized. 100% within the next 5 years. And that comment was made back in 2019. And now we're in 2021. So we're getting closer to the end of that 5-year period. And of course, we have all the other things that HUMBL has done up to this point. We've got the Tickery, we got the Aurora group down in Chile. I'm sure they got lots of things going on there. There was a picture that was recently shared on Twitter. They're working down there on integration and so forth. We've got Monster Creative. We have so much more. I mean, there's just so much going on here, guys. Honestly, there's so much stuff I almost don't even remember all of it. But anyways, I think you get the point. You can always check out some of my other videos that I've done in the past. And I hope you find this information informative and enjoyable. If you do, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends and family, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get the latest things that are happening with HUMBL. Look, I'm Nathaniel, and this is what you needed to know today.